flags lifted.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
How's Aaron tonight?
Good. Have a nice ride?
Good. Roll call, please.
Here.
He's here.
Here.
Sowers.
Here.
Elum.
Yep.
Kosowski.
Here.
Williams.
Yep.
Trains present also.
Getting me on you?
No.
How'd it taste?
Got that. Great.
So,
Tastes like
approval
fire.
of this evening's agenda additions,
I move we add to the agenda, what is it?
Ordinance.
Ordinance 598.
I'll second.
And
Go ahead, Gary.
then approve the agenda as printed.
I'll second.
motion on the table to approve the agenda with the addition for the amendment of ordinance 578, did you say?
598.
598, 12. All those in favor?
Aye.
Agenda is approved. Public hearings. We're not having a second meeting in December, are we? Okay, and there's no public hearings, we'll move on to important correspondence. Coverage update from Cities Insurance Association. They're apparently excluding bouncy houses from
Dang it.
any semblance of insurance on city or town property, or anything to do with towns and cities.
It's this world cover too.
Now, if somebody were to rent the park and put one out there, are they doing it at their own risk?
That's a good question. I think we better exclude those,
And I agree.
or
Put it in the
can we just do
park agreement.
we're not responsible for whatever you want to do up there?
That probably doesn't work. I know those lawyers, they're pretty sure.
Well, some of them are, but
I think if we include it in our park, like that application maybe, or does it need to be in the ordinance too?
like included in the exclusions.
Or, yeah, in the, where they have to sign for not stapling things and nailing things and stuff.
Oh,
You
Yeah,
just put it in there.
or plain gold.
don't staple the bouncy house or you can't have one.
Just can't have one.
Okay.
You do say one, it's not a problem.
I'm not- No longer be a bouncy house.
Well, that's sort of like taking the park out of park, isn't it?
You can go stand
But
there
they
and
used to
that's
have
it.
parks long ago before bounce houses came along.
Well, they had merry-go-rounds, don't have
You
those
did?
anymore.
Yeah.
Little people fly off of those, so they got away.
Gotta protect
When
us
the big
from
people make it go fast.
ourselves.
Drop the bird.
Did they put one back up there? Really? They got a governor on it?
I don't know.
I thought they tore that down.
They did, repaired it, put a big article in the paper a few months ago, put it back up again.
Put the crossbar things on the backs or something against.
Oh, okay. Like the safety harnesses on our swings for the 23-year-olds?
Put cushions on everything and hand everybody a trophy.
Okay, so everybody's aware of that, so we'll fix that, so that specter of evilness won't visit us.
It was looming.
Spectre of evilness, I like that.
It would be all right if we nailed them down. All those kids turned out down at Zilla, was it? That one
Yeah.
took off and that
Yeah.
one young lady
Yeah.
was in a hospital for a long time.
Can I ask if, so they have to get, if they have alcohol at the park, they have to get a permit from Liquor Control Board. And they also have to provide $1 million insurance. So if they wanted one there,
Depends, yes.
yeah,
You can also do the same.
Yeah,
insurance.
would they have to provide the town?
I think you could do it that way
Insurance.
as well, yeah, where they're basically taking coverage of that.
Or are we admitting that
Or
that could be
could be ugly.
an accident?
Oh, and that's.
Or that, or would we be included in the fund after the fact?
Yeah, I mean, we'd have to say that they have to provide insurance that covers us as an included insured.
You're gonna tell
What
them
would be the best way?
what the limits are. much insurance?
I mean, I do the million, it's probably,
So some kid dies in a bounce house and they sue us for 5.
yeah.
We're still on the hook for 4?
Potentially, or we could just exclude it
Oh,
all
let's
the way.
let's just not have it.
Okay, yeah.
That works.
Yeah, that is the problem with children, they're, when bad things happen, it's.
Yeah.
What jury would convict us?
That's all of them.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right, moving on. Any other important correspondence? Any unimportant correspondence? Okay, we'll move on to people, which I don't see any of. Minutes of the previous meeting.
I make a motion we approve the minutes as written.
Moved and seconded twice, that minutes from the previous meeting be accepted as presented. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Reports, Scott?
South Cle Elum was selected by the TIB for the South Cle Elum Way for chip seal. It's $39,635, no match, not a penny out of our pocket. I went and met with Chuck Reed and
That's nice.
asked him that we not leave any money on the table. I did our disinfection byproducts monitoring. The results were good. Both of them, trihalomethanes and haloacetic acids, were both at a 0.01. We need a 0.04 and 0.03 respectively to keep us on reduced monitoring, so that's good. We don't have to test quarterly, it's just once a year. That's really good because those are very expensive tests. I read meters and all of them worked. That's only the third time since we put the meters in that we got a November reading.
Really?
Yeah, usually the leaves and everything are frozen to the lids. It's not necessarily snow that stops you. And gave Kirk a list of vehicles to be moved for plowing, and most of them have been moved. He said that all of them have been contacted, and good cooperation.
You're here.
Very good.
They get a better product.
Thank you very much. All right. Dora.
Okay. There's monthly reports for November for your review there. And then you already said, Jim, that no council meeting, the second one. So we'll be done tonight. The next one.
For the year.
Yes.
Yahoo.
Ain't much left of the year.
Not much.
No. And I'm gonna have treats here again on December 19th.
Oh,
So
you're gonna do what?
I'm gonna have hot chocolate and hot cider and coffee and sugar cookies for people in town. Stop by.
Awesome. Cool.
I did last year too, and nobody even stopped by. Jim did.
I did. If
Stop
there's
by.
cookies around, I'm there.
You're having treats.
I'll come by after you get the 19th.
Oh.
The 19th, Thursday the 19th.
Town hall looks
For
nice,
everybody.
decorations
Yes, it
look
does.
nice.
Thanks. Scott got the lights up today.
Christmas is coming. Boy.
So spring.
At some point. All right, anything else?
That's it.
Mr. Fire Chief?
Mayor and Council. We had 10 calls for service the month of November.
10?
2 of them, 10. 2 of them calls were being mispaged. One was paged on the very end of Grant. It's actually not in our area. I was in the area. I stopped by and took care of that. And I happen to know the person that was illegally burning. We had not a tussle, but a very stern talking to. and he realized he wasn't getting anywhere, because he wasn't even by the burn, so. But anyhow, and I made note of them back to get calm. Over the past, we had the elections for the department officers. Nominations were last month, and then last night we had nominations and conducted the elections, with results being fire chief myself. First assistant will be Billy Madison. Second assistant is Kurt Bland. Our secretary will be Hannah Russell. So we had two meetings of nominations and an election last night. So that's your officers for the South Dakota Fire Department for the upcoming year.
Wait, whoa, stop.
I'm sorry.
The first is Madison, Billy Madison, right? First assistant, second assistant?
Is Kurt. Yes.
Okay.
And our secretary is Hannah Russell.
Okay, thank you.
Sorry, I didn't mean to go fast.
So we have to accept those officers later on in the meeting? Or can we do it now?
Oh, you can just, go ahead. I don't know.
I'll move that we accept the new officers as our fire department saw fit to elect them.
I'll second that.
Thank you. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Done. Thank you.
I have a few more from my report, Mayor.
Okay.
So I want to thank Vern Al for his years of service to the South Dakota Volunteer Fire Department. After 27 plus years, he's retiring. His last retirement day is the 1st of December of this year. I also want to thank Rick Graham for his service to the fire departments. He's been in just about all of them, and he's kind of stepped out. He's battling some health issues. John Storch has actually stepped out of the department because of his work, and he's just overloaded. And then we've had a few others that have decided to move on due to their not being active, and after I've talked to them, they don't feel they're going to be active, and so they felt it best that they move on. So as of right now, today we have 14 members on the roster. That could even narrow down a little bit in the months to come, but as of right now, we have 14 members.
Okay.
So we are also, our association is has donated 2 bikes and helmets to the local Shop with a Cop and Firefighter. This taking place in December 14th. So we were able to have the funds, and we were able to purchase them to donate to the Shop with a Cop and Firefighter. If you're not familiar with that they take kids that probably wouldn't ever get anything, or their families are having a hard time providing for them, and there's stipulations that they have to meet. We actually will meet in Ellsburg, serve them breakfast, convoy over to Bi-Mart. Bi-Mart opens it up, and we take them in shopping. They get so much money, and then Santa comes on the big ladder from KVFR, and then we send them home with hopefully some good memories. But so pretty proud that we were able to grab them and that. So and then we're working on one more thing that we're hoping to have done by Christmas, and if we do, I'll definitely let you know in our first meeting in January that we're able to. That's all I have.
That's cool.
Thank you.
Very nice. Nicely done. All right. Aaron.
Oh,
I'm here today.
Mr. Police Chief.
Thank you, Mayor. Just a few things on the police monthly report. You'll notice that there's it's just listed as one parking problem, because Scott had a whole list of different cars, trailers, etc. that needed moved. We just counted that as one case, so that's why there's only one parking issue. List of Smiths, if you see, there was a few, which is abnormal for South Cle Elum, and what it was somebody was driving around playing bowling for garbage cans with a Jeep and destroyed some. Yeah, so have not figured out who that is yet. So That case is still open. As a police department as a whole, we went and served school lunch to the elementary school for Thanksgiving. We have upcoming events. This Saturday is the Christmas parade, the Christmas in Cle Elum event. That's going to include the lighted parade. I'm not sure what to call it, where all the floats and stuff are all lit up. So they'll come up and do that. The parade route will then end on the west end of Railroad Street, the new section of Railroad Street. We're gonna have that blocked off, so the floats can, when they're done with the parade route, they can go and park there, so if people wanna go to White Park, etc., they can still see them. Shortly thereafter, fireworks will be displayed, so there will be fireworks that night, just to forewarn everybody. And then there will be live music at the Y, Rusty Cage's.
Cool.
So that's all happening this Saturday.
Great.
We already did the Christmas lighting thing for Roslyn. They had the Coca-Cola semi and whatnot come up and do that parade. And that was a big turnout. There was probably 1,000 people,
Wow.
spectators. So that was a very good turnout. Had really good weather for that. And then finally, like Lee was talking about, Saturday the 14th, the Shop with the Cop firefighter will be attending that as well.
Very good, thank you. Well, there's something I was gonna say, and now I don't remember what it was. It'll come to me someday. Now, Aaron.
We did add the update to the parking ordinance last council meeting. There were some concerns raised just that it was not clear where people needed to park. And looking at the ordinance, it was pretty vague. So I added in specifically between utility poles or where it interferes with snow removal.
As far as the right of way and the
In the right
pole
of way.
line, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, that's cleared up. We'll vote on that later. Planning Commission, thank you. I see nothing from the Planning Commission. I have nothing. Anybody? Have anything for the betterment of South Cle Elum?
How can we get any better?
Well, there's always room for improvement.
I reckon.
Any other reports? All right, moving on to claims.
I'll move that claims against the town be allowed and checks drawn on the town treasurer report the same.
I'll second that.
Moved and seconded that claims be allowed and checks drawn. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Thank you, motion carries. I remembered what I was going to ask you, or observe. Sitting in front of me, it's a different format.
Mhm.
Is it easier and less time consuming?
Yes, and easier to read. How about
Yes,
that?
thank you
So,
very much. I like it.
good.
Unfinished business. We've adopted the fire department's slate of officers for the coming year. I can't think of any unfinished business, and it's not on the agenda anyway. Anybody else think of any unfinished business?
I have some. I'll have to give Michelle a call. It deals with the building permit issue. And we'll give her a call, we'll sit down with people and have a discussion.
Okay. Occupancy permit?
Yeah, that's the one.
Strange, I should guess that. Okay, thank you. New business.
Is it failure to have?
Ordinance number 597, an amendment to the 2019 budget.
Let's make that ordinance 598.
Oh,
No, there's another one back there somewhere.
You did it.
An ordinance
Oh, there's
amending
the
the 2019
Wow.
budget.
I do that every week.
By the bouncy house.
Total amendment of $36,940, which I'm gonna assume is gonna go to pay for the yellow thing.
The biggest thing that it's paying, the planning,
Oh, yeah,
'cause
okay.
for the comp plan update that we had,
Comp plan,
yeah. And then, planners are working on the SMP, update that we have to do the master shoreline.
How involved is that, did they say? Is that bigger than a breadbasket?
Uh-huh. So they're working on that. So I put in some, just in case we'll get billed before the end of the year.
Yeah, okay.
And then we're, paying for the shed, the lawnmower over at the park,
Mhm.
and pay for that. And then paying off the, backhoe. So,
That'll be paid off, so we're back to the only debt we got is the water plant.
USDA,
Got to pay that on?
I could, but I don't have any more money there.
Okay. Anybody got any questions about that? What's going on there? All right. I'd entertain
I move we adopt ordinance 597.
Second.
moving second ordinance number 597, which is the 2019 budget amendment being adopted. All those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carries, thank you. So we amended the parking ordinance. We don't have to act on that because it's, did we send the amendment to the, do we have to send that to the state? So at some point, we have to
So we need to adopt that.
bless the amendment.
Yep.
Everybody want a shot at reading that? And coming back first of the year, you want to do it now? It was pretty clear last time we discussed that, what it would be like.
The changes are the underlying part on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Which is 2 lines.
I'll move that we adopt ordinance 598, amending the parking ordinance.
Moved and seconded, the ordinance number 598, which is an amendment to the parking ordinance, clarifying parking locations, be adopted. All those in favor?
Aye.
All those opposed? Motion carries, thank you. Any other new business? Bless you. Public comment, none of that either. All right, everybody's aware that there is not a meeting, the second, or the third Tuesday, by the way.
Weeks from today?
So, Doris having treats at meet and greet, the 19th.
19th, all day.
Another year in the books. Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.
God bless you all.
Thank you.
We're adjourned.
Awesome.